Alright, team. Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review Episode 221. This reviewing the 221st episode, 21st episode of the series, the Chunin exam resume. Yes, first time the series actually brought up the Chunin exam. I will get to that one in a minute. I'm also discussing the newest of the manga, Chapter 63. I will review that earlier. Now, in the case of this episode, this is the first time. Now, this is the first Chunin exam they've had since the first Momoshiki arc, which wrapped up way back in episode 66. That was 3 years ago. Yep. And not only that, this also is the first time in 2 years that we don't have a story arc that's either adapted from an actual chapter of the manga or setting up another arc. Yes, definitely. This episode does the return of some characters. For example, Team 15 appeared for the first time since the start of the OW arc. Yes, first time since that very first, well, technically the second episode when they had the spar match between Naruto and Boruto. That was the last time Team 15 was seen in the series. And you're thinking, really? It's been that long? Yes, really. Because of the fact we have the Chunin exam start up again, and Naruto does explain the reasoning why he resumed the Chunin exams, why he's hosting one just for the Hidden Lake Village. Because it's stuff related to stuff that's happened over the past few years in the anime, he figured though they need more military strength and trying to boost up basically the military strength. Like, okay, fine, just build up basically forces, fine. And despite the fact they've been time of peace, but they face various threats. Like, for example, Momoshiki and Isshin. So, the very first round is a written exam. Now, in this anime, and in the Boruto movie, the first round was not a written exam. No, it wasn't. It was a, 2 pits thing with ink on the bottom. It's like a true or false question, and that was all the first round was. This one was basically like the way it was way back in the original Chunin exam back in Season 2 of the original Naruto anime. Actually, it was more like Season 1. Yeah, so, like in the case of that episode, when they had the first round, that only took up 1 episode. And they even had the second round in this one in the very same episode. Okay, so they had the whole thing about cheating, and of course they worked together to basically pass the test. Here's the thing. They don't announce test results in the episode. Now, in the anime, in the original one, they actually passed it with no problem without announcing the scores. And in the case of this one, they did announce the scores, and Team 7 all passed. So they have the second round. And, of course, they race there. And where they go? The Forest of Death. I'm like, wow, this is something. This has not been seen since, Season 3 of the original Naruto series. Oh yeah, they do bring in the episode. This place used to be a place for the Chunin exam. Yeah, that's because they had the whole scrolls thing. Which they apparently abandoned that. So this one is to test out various strategies in the Chunin exam field. Rescuing 10 subordinates who have been injured behind enemy lines. And one of the subordinates is Mari. Another character who's not been seen for quite a while. Like, wow, that is something, seeing her again. I know I'm like praising the fact we see return of characters, a location I haven't seen in a while, but this is just a damn good episode. So they go in and they have Tabaxi, she's the samurai from Team 15. They have her go and save the subordinate by slicing up one of those giant centipedes, which is something that's also not been seen in the original Naruto anime. Like, oh my gosh, it's so freaking good. And then Mari, she sees Mari like, oh, hi, Miss Mari, how are you? Come on, let's go. And she questions like, don't you think it's quite strange? I'm basically making this campfire out of nowhere. And she gets knocked out cold, getting disqualified for not realizing that. Though, in the case of arguing over one particular person, they had a Wombi and the other one from Team 13, the one who's kind of related to Kiba, I don't remember her name. So, then they have Boruto. Basically for him, he's avoiding insects. He jumps in the water, bonds with a snake, because he basically formed contact with a snake from Mitsuki's parents' arc, and he finds the person he wants to rescue, no problem. And then he decided to help out. And then there was this one guy in this episode. He's from Team 9. Yes, Team 9. And you're probably thinking, wait, why haven't these guys show up before in the series? Why did they wait till now then choose Team 9, even though the three-man teams were set up way back in episode 38? Well, there is a reason for this. They do explain in the episode that this team has been overseas for quite a while, doing a lot of missions. That's mainly the reason why you've never seen these people before. And apparently they have this thing with webbing. So, this guy decided to cheat by stealing the subordinate who actually Boruto successfully rescued. And, of course, he stayed behind to treat him and take him to the finish line. Now, he does technically lose, but he does pass this round, even though he runs out of time. But he's allowed to pass because basically he put the effort to not only rescue the subordinates, but also rescue an ally who was injured behind enemy lines, which they did praise him for that. And they also did this thing where Sadaru figured out instantly that the Mitsuki following her was not the actual Mitsuki. Because the whole thing about Mitsuki not caring about Boruto. And Sadaru called it out right away because of how Mitsuki cares about Boruto. And turns out this was a transmission done by Mari. Which this was interesting. Yep. She was by far the only one that actually was a named subordinate. Everyone else was basically a bunch of no-name guys. Now, Diki, he actually had to do this episode. He got a chance to shine. Where he had to rescue a big, humongous guy. And, of course, Naruto knows. Yeah, he has, according to... the people in charge of this particular round are basically here are just Naruto, Shikamaru, Shikadai, Mogi. Yes, Mogi is here. They do point out that Dinky does have the high potential to be a Chunin. He has a high potential for it. So, everybody basically gets out no problem. And only 2 of the characters who were regular cast members of the series actually get disqualified. Everyone else passes no problem, even Boruto, which is kind of surprising. And they say, oh yeah, there wasn't a third round. And then they say, oh yeah, we're actually having a third round. You're going to fight each other. And you're going to go one-on-one. We're going to trim it down by half. And half will become Chunin. Which, Sadaru does call him out. He says, there will not be a third round. But there'll be a final round. That technically is a third round. Why the heck they basically changed that toward the ending, I have no idea. And then they basically say, oh yeah, we're going to have, they mentioned the previous next week's episode, we're going to have a day's rest, and then we're going to have the fights. Which, okay, that's quite nice compared to the original anime, where they had 3 months of rest after the second round. Though they had a supplementary round because there was too many contestants too many competitors who qualified for the third round. So they had to trim it down by about half because it was too many. So after they had to do this raft, they just survived 3 days of being in the forest of death. So they fight each other, show off the good skills, and of course move on to the next round, setting up the brackets for the next matches. This time we got 10 people, and they think that's too much, so they're trimming it to 5. Don't know why. I thought that was kind of weird. And they mentioned, oh yeah, they said there wasn't going to be another round. This is it. And then they say that there is going to be the next round. This, I think, was kind of dumb on the part of the writers. I kind of felt as though that they were not going to do a third round, kind of like what they did with the second Chunin exam they had in Naruto Shippuden in the 19th season of the show. Because of what happened toward the end of that season, that basically didn't need a third round. This one, apparently, they decided to change their mind halfway, toward the end of the episode for, no reason at all. But overall, this episode is just really good. I like the fact a lot of the characters I like the fact that the whole cast gets something to do. There is a brief scene with Kawanki and Himawari, where Boruto, I think it was coming back after the first round. Boruto brought home a bunch of sweets for Kawanki to eat. And of course, there is a mention of Hinata in the episode, but no appearance by her. I'm like, really? You show the Uzumaki house, but no Hinata? Where is Hinata? Yes. That's a minor thing, but the whole thing of changing their mind at the end of the episode, I thought that was kind of dumb, but I did see the preview titles, so, and apparently this is not going to be one and done. Yeah, I think a lot of people were suspecting this might have been one and done. But no, it's actually going to be several episodes of this. And you're thinking, really? Yes, really. There's going to be several episodes of this. Now, here's a question, though. Are we going to basically have it where, excuse me, like in the case, Music Disappearance arc, where they're going to have this one story arc, this anime original story arc, is it going to take up the rest of the year? That is an honest to God, really good question. Like, is this in fact going to take up the rest of the year? I honestly don't know. It's distinctly possible that that might happen. Mm-hmm. Yes. But I'm hoping they're not going to drag this out for no reason like they did with the Music Disappearance arc a few years ago. I still think to this very day that was still stupid on the part of the writers. That a lot of people, I'm sure Parrot got a lot of flack for that, for dragging out Music Disappearance arc, which is considered to be still today the longest arc of the entire series. And that's not because, oh, the story was good, that dragged out for so long. They dragged out for no reason. Because they apparently just didn't want to do another arc like right away. They wanted this arc to drag and drag out for so long. But in the case of this is fine for taking the rest of the year because I like that one. That took up like 6 freaking months. This one probably take about 2 or 3 months. Half that time. Alright, moving on to new chapter manga, chapter 63, Ask No Questions. The cover image is, well, Boruto in his in the Akatsuki mode. We begin where last chapter left off, and Boruto is still wearing Sasuke Ninja headband. Now, I should point out though, Boruto is not a rogue ninja. Why is he having Sasuke Ninja headband? That was related to the Kwanki Disappearance arc. Not Kwanki, it was related to the Kwanki arc. That basically was the longest arc in the manga so far. As for why he still has it, why he has never returned to Sasuke, despite the fact he has his own. He is a fully fledged Genin at this point, possibly going to be a Chunin soon. But, in my opinion, there is no reason for him to still have this. He should have returned this to Sasuke by now, but no, he hasn't. So Code basically sees that Boruto's there. And of course, Ida sees it too. By the way, her little brother is sleeping on her. Because he's probably tired. So they mentioned basically about Kwanki raises his own chakra. They don't know how. And of course, Kwanki does not want Boruto to interfere. And of course, well, he's going to anyways. Yeah, I want to talk now. Since I ain't getting anywhere with you. And here it comes. What? No way. Kwanki wants to meet me? Oh my. Hold on, who? You said I was excluded from your vengeance list. The Code I knew would thought I'd kill me first. You're letting me off for that for this person. Which means you got enough influence to make an HG obsessed crazy like you obey, right? So I want to negotiate with them. Pretty sharp. You have to realize on the spot. And then we see Ida blushing because she's obsessed with Kwanki. Yes, despite the fact she's a cyborg. And the thing is, she does not have feelings for Code at all. Nope, she does not. So then they start stretching out the claws in the ground. And Boruto's like, hold on right there, both of you. Quit talking, let me look here. Mind your business, don't mess this up. You're the one doing that, Kwanki. Don't you get it? Dad would never let you do something like this. He goes, stand do this for us, and he gets socked. And of course, Code's like, whoa, what the was that for? Fine, do whatever you want. I get how much you want to protect Dad. However, at the same time, it's my right to protect you, right, bro? Whoa. Oh my, seriously, so hot. Oh, Boruto. Eek. Yes. Because she likes Boruto too. Like, she's like one of 2 women in the series who've been confirmed to have feelings for Boruto. The other, of course, being Sasumori. Which they haven't really developed that very much. In the anime, it's never been mentioned. I'm like, seriously. There are 2 times they mention the manga and the anime. They don't bring it up at all. Like, Momoshiki's vessel. We're not married before. I'm Code. I worship Usu. I've heard it. Well, you heard who's that? Who's what? You're just underling. Sorry, not interested in you. To be honest, I revere you. Because look at my... Yeah, he's blabbering about the divine tree. No point in saying, why don't you go home and call it a day? Nah. So he's gonna be after chatting for a bit, and of course Boruto activates his karma. And Ino informs that apparently Boruto has disappeared. Actually about Kwanaki then mentioned about Boruto disappearing. You look up, oh yeah, Boruto has disappeared. He's worried about what? And then we have Boruto fighting Code. It brings her Sengon, and it gets blocked by the claw marks. Boruto behind you. And he throws Shuriken at him. Which miss. And he does Rutan Lightning Style Thunderbolt. Claw marks, where'd he go? You pair a Shuriken transformation doppelganger ahead of time? Not bad. That was fun, but like a ninja. However, you're an entry when it comes to karma. And he shows up his white karma. And then we see that the claw marks are heading from Code. And of course, then Code just elbows Boruto right in the face. Actually, right in the chin. Those more Shuriken at him. He deflects it. And he's like, do you know why you drastically get stronger after karma? Increased power, proof, and physical ability. Major factor. Talk about the karma for some reason. And he just picks his foot up. And he kicks Boruto with it. Yep, kicks him. Show me what he got. Show me Momoshiki's power. And of course, comes Boruto! And then it's like, huh? And then Momoshiki's back. There we go. Now we're talking. And of course, Kwanki's shocked what he's seeing. Of course, Ida overhears this, and apparently Boruto's activating karma. Possibly coming Momoshiki, but without having the horn, hopefully. We're going to find out next month, basically, what happens next. I gotta say, damn good chapter. Oh my gosh, this was really, really good. Yeah, I get this chapter a 10 out of 10. Just that good. Is it interesting, though, that the 3 chapters I just viewed today all are 10 out of 10? Because these chapters are getting good. That's why I'm giving it 10 out of 10, because they're just that good. Yep. So yeah, that's it for particular review, and that's it for video today. In the case of tomorrow, I might have one comic to record and do tomorrow. But aside from that, there is not much else I could be on tomorrow. As a matter of fact, next few days, we'll be doing new anime. We'll be doing anime till Thursday. Yep. After Thursday, we'll be till Saturday, which Case goes to come back for that day. Yep. So yeah, basically, the other was one point where I had new anime air every day for me, where I basically new anime new day. This happened for quite a while, until some of the seasons were wrapping up, and one series wrapped up, that being the case of Black Clover, and now I have 3 straight days of basically free time off for me, for anime. Yes, and you might be asking, when is Do You Love Your Mother and Two Month to Hit Text? When is that coming back? When are you gonna do more reviews of that? When I finish it, when I get a chance to read book 2 and watch the 4 episodes, that's when I'll get a chance. It might happen really soon, because I'm also with book I'm reading right now, and I might get a chance to do that really soon. Probably in the next couple days, I'd say. Depends on how long it takes me to get done book 2. So yeah, that's it. Particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow for one video to do tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.